Okay, hello everyone. Okay, so let's talk about operator precedence. Right, so let's perform some math here. I'm going to create a variable and I'm going to call it result. And I'm going to set results to be equal to 2 plus 6 times 2. Right? Now you can predict what the answer is going to be. Now let's print out what's stored in result. Before we do that, you can try to solve this one way and say that, okay, 2 plus 6 gives you 8. And 2 times 8, right? 8 times 2 gives you 16, right? Okay, you can try to solve it one way, which is 2 plus 6, which is 8. And then 8 times 2 gives you 16. Or you can also try to solve it another way, which is 6 times 2 gives you 12. And then 12 plus 2 gives you 14. So let's try and see if we're going to get, let's test this and see if we're going to get 16 or 14. And we get 14. So why didn't the answer become 16, for example? Because if you try to solve it from left to right and you try to add 2 to 6, you get 8. And if you multiply 8 by 2, you get 16. So why didn't we get 16? And that's because of the order of operations, right? It's similar to what we learn in math, okay, in our math class. Some operators have higher precedence than others, all right? So let me go ahead and use the comments to kind of write it down. So the first thing that has the first operator that has high precedence is basically exponents, the exponent operator or exponentiation, right? So exponents. And then the second thing is basically multiplication, division, and the remainder operator or the modulus operator, right? The modulus. I don't know if I spelled it right, but yeah, I think this is correct. You get what I'm trying to say, right? And then the third one is addition and subtraction. So what this means is that when you have a math when you have a math expression like this, it follows this order of operations, right? Are there any exponents in here? Okay, so no. Then it skips to the next one. Are there any multiplication signs, division signs, or remainder or modulus signs or modulus operators in here? So we can see there's a multiplication sign. So it tackles that first. It tackles what's on its left and right, and it tries to multiply. It does this first because remember, multiplication has high multiplication, division, and the remainder operator. They all have higher precedence than addition and subtraction. So we do this first. We tackle the multiplication. We tackle what's on its left and right, the two operands on its left and right. 6 times 2 gives us 12, right? And then now we can move on to addition or subtraction. In this case, we have addition, so we tackle that. So 6 times 2 gives us 12. 12 plus 2 gives us 14. That's why we get 14 over here, right? Now, if you have multiplication and division all in the same expression, something like this, then they will get implemented from left to right. Multiplication and division gets implemented from left to right. So it will be 6 times 2, first of all, which is 12, and then 12 divided by 5, and then the answer, okay, will be added to 2. And then that'll be the result. If you have both multiplication and division in the same expression, then the result will be from left to right. I mean, the way it's going to be evaluated is from left to right. It's going to start it's going to start from the first one on the left, which is multiplication, and then move on to division. It's going to solve these this way. If you have both, actually, if you have all three, multiplication, division, and the remainder operator, all in the same expression, again, it's left to right. If you have addition and subtraction in the same expression, something like this, 2 plus 6 minus 5, then it's going to also evaluate it from left to right. It's going to start from the first one on the left, which is plus, evaluates these 2 plus 6, which gives you 8, and then 8 minus 5 gives you 3. So the same way, if we have something like minus and plus, because the minus sign and the plus sign have the same precedence, it's going to start from left to right. It's going to evaluate the whole thing from left to right. Because they have the same precedence, it doesn't matter. It's going to start from left to right. All right. And then the only difference is when you have the exponentiation, right? If you have something like this, 2 raised to the power, we know that the 2 asterisk sign represent exponents, or exponentiation, right? So if you have something like this, what you're trying to say is 2 raised to the power 2, or 2 exponent 2. If you have 2 exponent 2, right, and you have this 2 also raised to the power 5. If I wish I could write this down, but then this is 2 raised to the power 2 raised to the power 5. This is like 2 exponent 5. You can think of it this way. 2 exponent 5 is the exponent of this 2. So 2 raised to the power 2 exponent 5. In this case, when you have the exponent in an expression this way, it's not evaluated from left to right. It's evaluated from right to left. That's the only that's the exception here. If you're dealing with exponents, then your math expression is evaluated from right to left, because it's going to first of all evaluate 2 exponent 5, and the result is going to be the exponent of 2. All right, so that's the only that's the exception here. Apart from that, if you have something like this, then because the plus and minus sign have the same precedence, they'll be evaluated from left to right. So it's going to take the first one on the left, which is a plus, tackle what's on the left and right. 2 plus 6 gives you 8. 8 minus 5 gives you 3. Same thing for what we had with multiplication and division. Here, because the multiplication and division sign have the same precedence, it's going to evaluate the math expression from left to right. Because if you look through this, right, addition is the last one. Multiplication and division, okay, comes before. Okay, I'll have higher precedence than addition, and we know that multiplication and division have the same precedence, so it's going to start from left to right and evaluate the first one on the left, which is multiplication. 2 times 6 gives you 12, right? And then it divides 12 by 5, and then it adds the result to 2. Okay, so that's, it's pretty much the same as what we learned in math, in our math classes, right? So just know that these are the rules, or these are the or this is the order of operations in Python when you're doing or writing your math code, because you may encounter some errors that can be very difficult to find. All right, so if you have any questions, please comment down below, and I'll do everything to respond to them. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time with the next video. All right then. Bye-bye.